Hi everyone, my name is Priyanka and welcome to my vlog. Today I'm going to talk about anxiety and how you can overcome anxiety in your life. Now, for everyone who's here listening on to this vlog, I want to tell you that's okay to be anxious. It's okay to have anxiety because right now, if you're not okay with it, if you're struggling against it, then you're going to find it very, very difficult to come to a solution because the first step of overcoming anxiety is to truly accept where you are, to accept that yes, you are an anxious person and you are having anxiety, because once you accept it, then it becomes very, very easy to deal with it. Now, I can say this because for a lot of years, I've faced a lot of anxiety in my life. I was a very anxious person. And I can tell you that you can overcome anxiety because I'm sitting here and I overcame my anxiety, and it takes a little bit of practice and a little bit of patience, but you can reach where I am. You can overcome your anxiety. It's going to take some time. You will have to build a lot of patience. You will have to build a lot of mental stamina. But I can assure you that given time, patience, and a lot of love from your end, you can overcome anxiety in your life because it's just a tiny little problem in your life. It's not a big deal. Do not make it a big deal, because once you make it a big deal, you tell yourself, oh, I have anxiety, and you start talking about it to everybody. See, acceptance is different, but when you start talking about your anxiety to other people around you, what happens is that you give it a lot of air, you feed it the fire, and you don't want to feed this monster because this monster was created by you. And whenever we talk about it to a lot of people, we don't understand the kind of energy or frequency at which they are living their life. So if they are anxious people themselves and they have not worked upon themselves, they have not healed their emotions, what is going to happen is that you're going to get a lot of feedback which is going to ignite this fire even more inside of you, and that is what we do not want. So the first thing that you need to do is accept, yes, I have anxiety, I'm going to overcome it, I'm going to build a lot of beautiful steps in my life to overcome it. But the first step that I'm going to do is that I'm going to stop talking about it to others. See, if you seek professional help, that's an entirely different thing, but a lot of people are not trained to deal with anxious people because they themselves are very, very anxious. So stop talking about it. Stop talking about it, because the moment you stop talking about it, you are now letting it go. You have to let go of the attachment or identity that you have built around yourself, saying that I'm an anxious person. Let me tell you, everybody on this planet who has not worked upon themselves is an anxious person. Maybe the degree of anxiety that they're facing is different from yours, but let me tell you very, very frankly that everybody on this planet is an anxious person until unless they work upon their mindset, they work upon, bringing in strength to their thinking, they start changing their thinking. They are always going to be anxious people around you. Now, there are two kinds of anxiety that I have witnessed in my life. Now, the first one is a high functioning anxiety that I was having, and I think a lot of people can associate here with this kind of anxiety. So, what happens in a high functioning anxiety is that a lot of people want to work more than they are capable of. They put in a lot of effort. So, if the effort required was 90%, they are going to probably put in 120% into it, and they are going to people please others, and they are perfectionist by nature, like I am. Now, I've of course reduced that level of perfectionism inside me, because until unless I do that, I think I will just overwork and overtire my mind. So I've understood that part of my life, that being a perfectionist is not working for me. And if you are a perfectionist, if you go by being a perfectionist in life, you identify with being a perfectionist, then you need to slowly drop your guard, slowly let it go. Because if you are having a high functioning anxiety, then you will, agree with me that you end up exhausting yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, because you do so much. You do extra household chores, you do extra office work, In fact, you put in so much of extra work in every aspect of your life and you never get appreciated for it because people don't see the kind of effort that you're putting in, and then you feel frustrated, you feel irritated, and that is when you start having anxiety, working over the top to please people, and you are putting in too much of an effort. To stop right there, because at the end of the day, you have a very limited time on this planet, and if you don't start taking care of yourself, if you don't start taking care of your mental health and your physical and emotional health, you're going to lose yourself in the mess that you have created. Now, there is another sort of anxiety that people face. I have never faced that anxiety of dealing with large crowds or dealing with people, or social anxiety as such. That people with social anxiety are the ones who need to open up to the idea of stepping out of the house, challenge yourself, because at the end of the day, you cannot sit in four closed walls, and there's a wonderful world out there. It's just that you have to change your perspective, the way you look at the world and the way you look at people, because this world is filled with all kinds of people. You have to accept that there are some bad elements, but there are some very, very good people out there. And if you do not step out of the house, if you do not interact with new people, how is it that you're going to come across new experiences? Understand how the world is working. You cannot do that by sitting in your house. So for people with social anxieties, you can overcome it, but it's going to take a little bit more practice than somebody who's having a high functioning anxiety, because for you it's very, very difficult to even step out of the house or interact with new people. And isn't that crippling enough? Don't you want to change your environment? And if you want to change your environment, you can do it one little step at a time. So step down from your house, walk around your colony, or join a small little club, let's say a book club, or you can do anything extracurricular you want to pick up that you wanted to as a child, and that is where you are going to go and meet a lot of new people. In fact, if you're having social anxiety and you want to overcome it, my first and foremost solution is to travel, because once you travel, I know a lot of people will have travel anxiety who have social anxiety as well. They have an anxiety to travel by air because they feel as if the plane is going to crash the moment they sit inside the plane. But let me tell you, if you change your thinking and just think like this, that what if I'm going to the airport and I get into a car crash? Most likely you'll die of a car crash, then you'll die of a plane, falling off midair. But that is not the way you look at things. So death is always around. You have to accept your mortal being. You can just die in your own house. You don't have to even step out. You have a heart attack, you die. And the moment you accept your mortality, so that part of you is going to step up and say, what if I'm going to die tomorrow? I want to live this life. I want to experience this life. And that is how you can change your mindset. See, it's just a mindset. It's nothing else. It's your mind that is built around stories, around people, around places, because you experienced something, a little bit of trauma in your childhood, or you experienced very anxious parents. Now, a lot of people don't realize that they pass on anxiety to their children. If you're an anxious parent who's always worried around, the fact that people are out to get him or her, or they find troublesome to step out of the house, you'll find this kind of anxious person going to the washroom many number of times before they step out of the house because they have this anxiety. And if you know somebody like that, you need to tell them that you have a social anxiety and you need to overcome it. And it's very much prevalent in Indian households because we don't address anxiety as such, because we don't understand it. And because we don't understand it, we keep on passing our anxiety to the next generation. And this is where we need to become conscious. We need to become conscious of our thought process, because we don't want our children growing up in an anxious environment, because it is an anxious environment as such already. Too much of information getting floated around on the internet, too much of busyness without really doing anything. people before us, the generations before us, at least had the luxury of free time. Now we don't have the luxury of free time because we don't give ourselves free time. We scroll too much. We take on too much of stimulus from around us, and that stimulus is creating a lot of misfires of neurons in our mind, and we don't understand that. Have a space in a day which is only for you, and that space has to be divided. Now, let's say 15 to 20 minutes of playtime in which you take up a sporting activity. I don't care what age you are in, I don't care what you're doing in life. If you're a mother and you say to yourself, oh, I cannot play sports, you can play badminton, you can. So you need to do that. You need to create a playtime for yourself, because as children we used to play a lot in the evening time. In fact, it was so difficult for our parents to get us back home in the evening, because that is a time when you actually let go of your thinking, that obsessive thinking that you have in your mind about everything around you is going to stop for a while. It's also a way to interact with a lot of new people in your life, and if you can do that, you must, because that way you are going to find yourself overcoming that social anxiety you have created for yourself. And if you're a high functioning individual who has a lot of high functioning anxiety, then you can learn from others to relax as well, because you will find somebody in your group who's very, very relaxed about things around them. You will find them too chill to take any kind of worry. And if you have somebody like that in your circle, then you can sit around with them and have a conversation with them, because they're going to tell you how to relax and how to be easy in this life. For women in general, I don't want to be gender biased, but women have a tendency to scroll through social media and look at all these glamorous posts of people, with wonderful houses, minimalist houses with beautiful designs, beautiful lawns, beautiful babies, beautiful dresses. And they write down in these comment sections, you will find a lot of women writing down that, I would love to have a house like that. I would love to have a family environment like that, but I don't have that. Now, this is where the anxiety is stepping in for you. You are not realizing that you're comparing your life with somebody who's spending a lot of time trying to create this wonderful lie to you. It's a wonderful lie, because in reality, you will find that such people also have a different lifestyle. It's just that they are creating this beautiful white lie for you to see on the camera, and it's just fake. And if you saw their real life, probably you would not try and change your life copying theirs. But that is the hard reality of today's times, that we want to keep on comparing. The idea of comparison was always prevalent. It's just that it's more forceful and more in the face right now in today's time, because you have access to the private lives of lots of individuals on the internet, and you feel as if you're lacking somewhere. You feel as if you're not measuring up. And even if you are measuring up, somewhere you will find that you want to do better. See, the idea of doing better is always wonderful, but not at the cost of giving yourself anxiety. So it is high time that you stop looking at social media. Maybe get off social media for the next 6 months. Become very, very quiet. Instead, work on yourself. Now, a lot of us create anxiety in our lives because we don't want to deal with our mistakes. We don't want to tell ourselves that we are human beings and we are capable of mistakes. It doesn't matter whether you are a high functioning anxiety individual or an individual with social anxiety. It's just that you, as a human being, create anxiety because you don't want to face the fact that you made a mistake. And a lot of people will agree with this, that the moment they accept that they have done a mistake, they start working upon it, the level of stress goes down. You feel wonderful about your life again, because it's easier to bear the burden of a mistake than to avoid it. So don't avoid mistakes in life. It is okay to have mistakes in life, because that is where you end up learning new things. You end up teaching yourself new things. So if somebody is pointing out to you that you make mistakes a lot, you tell them, what a wonderful gift I have given to myself, because now at least I can learn from my mistakes. What is a human being who has never made a mistake? probably a robot, because that person cannot be a human being. A human being is supposed to make mistakes, it's supposed to learn from it, it's supposed to grow, it's supposed to experience new things. You have to understand that your mind is like a machine and you have been coding in wrong messages in your mind. So, first of all, you need to take a pen and a diary and keep on writing down your experiences of the day. It's called journaling. If you don't journal, or if you journal but you don't write, what is it that you're experiencing in a day and how it is making you feel. Point of journaling is to take out all the emotions that you've buried deep in your heart onto paper, because once you do that, you will be able to read through the kind of thought process that you're having. Because sometimes what happens is that we're so occupied in our own mind, in our own thoughts, that we really don't pay attention to our thinking. Then you start correcting it, because you cannot correct your thought process until unless you are paying attention to it. So it's high time you start paying attention to your own thinking, because everything is getting generated here, nowhere else. It doesn't come from outside world, it doesn't come from anybody else, it's just your mind and your thinking. And that is something that you need to keep telling yourself every day, every hour, every second, every millisecond, that it's just my mind. It's my mind that's creating all of these thoughts, nothing else. And now I want to be in control of this mind and not the other way around. People who are very, very manipulative, who are very anxious themselves, who have complex personalities, will often do this to their children. They will create an anxious mind, because an anxious mind is easier to control than a mind that has an independent thought process and is wonderfully doing well in their life. Because these are the kind of parents that don't do well in life. They have created an anxiety around people, around situations, about places, about themselves, because they have never worked on themselves, they've never done the inner work. So for you to understand that is a big deal, and you can do that by catching on to your thoughts. Always listen to your thoughts. Maybe don't listen to others as much, but listen to your thoughts. It's time you start listening into your little voice that's constantly speaking about things that are not true about you. And once you pick up those thoughts, you can just keep on changing them as you keep on progressing in your life, as you keep on progressing on the mental work that you're doing. The soul of yours that is connected to the divine, that tells you the truth, that tells you to let go of all the grudges and anguish and pain that you've been carrying in your heart for so long. And if you're an anxious person, you will realize that you have been carrying a lot of unnecessary emotional pain in your heart because you don't want to heal. So it is time for you to heal that emotional pain that you've been carrying. And you can only heal that once you start connecting with that inner being in you. But for that to happen, you need to have a quiet mind. It is time for you to start sitting in meditation. I am saying it with absolute surety that if you start practicing this healthy habit, I will tell you that within a few days or probably months, depending on the anxiety level that you're facing, you will find a change in yourself. You will have a lot more courage. You will be fierce in your life, and you will not fear little things in your life anymore. In fact, you will not fear people. And that is the thing that you need to start doing in your life. You need to start taking up this practice of meditation. I know it's going to be very, very difficult for you to sit for 5 minutes in absolute silence. But see, when you sit in silence, what happens is that you create a void for new thoughts to come in, for fresh thoughts to come in, and for thoughtlessness. Exercise that I still do some days when I am overworked and I don't have the time to, meditate. What I do is you just simply put your hands like this and make it like this, okay? So that no light comes in. You have to place it in front of your eyes like this. Make sure that there is no gap, no light is coming in. So you can do this. Start saying Om in a high frequency vibration you introduce to your body, what happens is that you feel that vibration. You are now changing the vibration at which you were operating before. So anybody who's facing a lot of anxiety, I want to tell you that you can overcome it by simply being you. Start accepting this beautiful version of you that God has created and start believing in yourself, because at the end of the day, it is you who has to believe in yourself and nobody else. And if you loved my vlog, do like, share and subscribe. And thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.